Alright, I'm back with a better hammer, of course, better hammer. So, if you see, okay, I'm not going to hit it real hard, just kind of light, show the water. I mean, you can see how it's blistered real bad. Okay, so, and you can hear how hollow it is. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so, they didn't, if you notice, there's no bond coat underneath the plaster, which should be black. So this pool was not, I don't know how old the plaster is, but it wasn't bond coated properly. So we might end up having to take all the plaster off because, okay, so the telltale sign is basically when you see this type calcium deposit right here, that shows you that it's probably hollow under there. See what I'm saying? It was hollow under there. Okay, so when people tell you it might be something to do with the pool guy or the chemicals, not really. It's just it wasn't prepped right. And I really needed to show people this because this is what happens. Now, okay, so let's go back over to this one. Okay, if you can see, let me try to get this right. Okay, because I don't have a helper, so I'm trying to do this. Okay, you see this blister there. Now this is going to be pretty bad. I mean, you can kind of see the water splashing. It's kind of hard with my camera because it's not the best, but as I'm doing it, the water is really, really under here. Imagine how hard it is maintaining this, okay? And I'm gonna have to go through all of it. I'm not gonna go to the extent of that, except for basically you've seen my others, right? So when you see this is pretty solid. But you hear that noise? That means it had water on it. So, okay, so basically we're going to look around, and there's going to be blisters in different areas. Like I said, I'm not going to go insane like I think I did last time because everybody gave me a bad review when I know what I'm talking about, you know? It's so funny. There's a little bit here, but it wasn't bad enough to... but it still was, the plasters, I'm barely hitting it. It was still bad enough. See? This one is pretty solid, but it was getting ready to be there. I'm going to either do that, but no. When they're really, they start little like that. Then they get big like this. Once they get big, then you could count on water being underneath it. See? Now you can see that really clear, how that water just came out. So a lot of people don't even show this kind of stuff of what you have. So when you see the small ones, okay. But now you can see exactly, basically, you can see, you know, exactly what's going on here. This is a pretty bad one. It's delaminating probably the whole thing because if you notice, there is no, when I say there is no bond coat. So technically, by not having a bond coat, it did not adhere to the old plaster. Okay, so here's another one, which is quite big. So you know there's going to be water underneath it. So I'm going to hit it so you can see. Man, pretty bad. I'm just going to go around hitting some more, but as you can see, this is, not only that, when they built this pool, which I'm draining it right now, if you notice another thing is, they did not use sumps. A lot of new pool builders nowadays, even the old ones, to save a couple dollars, they don't use sumps. They just plaster in a 2-inch or 1.5-inch pipe right through, and then the guy people plaster around it with no sumps. Technically, that's not even legal. According for your anti-vortex covers to work properly, you must have sumps. But there's no inspectors really to come in and check what you do like that. Actually, some of the inspectors don't know that. The hydraulics call for a sump, which is a plastic body that's about 6 inches deep, round. And once you put your anti-vortex cover, it'll allow it to work properly. But when you just got this, it ain't working properly. Okay? That's there. So you got 4 of them down here. And like I said, you're going to have blisters everywhere. Here's one actually on the wall right here. Right there, coming along. But this here is a crack. That's not a blister. That's just a crack. Just a crack. That's all that is. So, I mean, if we go right here, right close to here, there's something right here going on. No, not really. I'll have to patch that. It looked like the start, but it was pretty solid. But this is not, so it doesn't matter. You see this? I mean, this is a pretty big spot here. Water on it. And I'm barely touching this. It's just so much water that's splashing all over me. It's just splashing all over me. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that Crazy Talk? No, that's his name, Crazy Talk. He's an old friend of mine. But, so, as you can see, is the water's coming out. So, also, it gives a chance for fungus to grow, algae, and other things that aren't safe for your kids. If you notice, you see algae under there. Okay? That's pretty bad, ain't it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Look at this one. Nothing there. It hadn't gotten there yet. It started. So anyway, I'm not going to show anymore. I'm going to just do what I got to do. Also, another way to know if your pool has been built kind of cheap, they did not. All they did was stab the 3/4 inch line through the wall on all the returns. So they didn't use fittings. They didn't use any gunite fittings. Pipe straight through the wall, as they did with the spa. Again, that's a sign of a pool that has been built very cheaply. They cut as many corners as they could, make it look like a good pool, but profiteering, making that profit. And everybody wants to down me for exposing it. Ain't that funny? I don't know why, but that happens. That happens. All I'm trying to say, you know, there's people out there that don't do good jobs. Could be a remor. That skimmer was poorly installed, leaking around the grout line there in the throat. This whole pool was built as cheap as they possibly could. Sorry, but that's life.